And I think we're ready to go. Welcome back, everybody, to Insurgent Games. I am Silver Wolf, once again, joined by...
Lewis.
Attaboy, Lewis. So, we're back today on a board game series playing the Stratomatic baseball game. It's a card-based strategy game where it involves the rolling of dice, pitching changes, batting changes, pinch hits, basically everything you find in a real Major League game. In cards, using Hall of Famers, past and present generations, a few that should be in the Hall of Fame, such as Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds,
Pete Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson, all those people who get robbed by the Baseball Writers Association every year.
Different people's opinions. We can be biased around here. We're baseball fans, that's how life works. So, as you can see today, I got the shirt on.
All I'm saying is, if you've hit more hits than anybody else in the game, you should be in the Hall of Fame.
One could say that.
If you've hit more home runs than anybody else in the game, you should be in the Hall of Fame.
True. And there are raging debates about that. Maybe you have your own debate. You have your own opinion. Who knows? We have ours. He voices them. That's his personality. Yep. That's pretty much how it works. But today is going to be the second game for my team that I'm using in our created league, the Robins. And I believe you're playing the Crushers again today?
Yeah, so this is just going to be every time we play, it's usually in a 2 or 3 game series, just like in regular baseball. So this is the following game after the one we did last time. So different pitchers, a little bit of tinkering with the lineups just to make sure everything's in its best strategic and optimal way.
Always showed by these little Lego characters.
Yeah, we advanced from the dice from last time.
We did. We learned ourselves. And hence you notice the camera angle. You can see the beautiful backdrop. You can see our beautiful faces. No one's ever said that to me before. Anyway.
It was better when you had the mustache.
It was. You may see that. Who knows? I had long hair. I had a mustache. I looked different completely. But today we got Lego people. I have droids and little rebel commander here. Lewis is going to be the stormtroopers.
The Empire did nothing wrong.
As you can see, we have a big Star Wars fan here. So if you like Star Wars, click the like button. That is such a terrible sellout. Terrible sellout. But anyway, to get likes. That's the name of the game here around here. So that's how that works. But I got the Luck of the Irish shirt on.
If you think the Empire did nothing wrong, go ahead and comment and tell Chandler that I'm right.
Down below, go ahead and comment. Yeah, feel free. Leave a like, comment. Tell us your opinions. You know, you Empire, you Rebel, you a Jedi, you're a Sith.
Feel free to comment on my opinion of Hall of Famers, in which case I will tell you that you're wrong. But
probably. I mean, someone may have the same opinions. I know some things that I do. Anyway. But yeah, go ahead and let us know. We like to spark debates around baseball, especially baseball, mostly about baseball, and games. We'll be seeing more of this guy hopefully right around. As you saw Tim a couple videos ago, played a game with him. We're all part of the Insurgent team right around here. If you want to check more of what we do, what we create, there'll be a link down in the description to our website. Also, our Twitter handle, Instagram, that's all been recently uploaded and posted. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and let's play some baseball, yeah? I believe it's going to be me the home team this game? Or are you the home team again?
It's, they're the home team again because it's, once again,
we're on
part
the road.
Of the series. You guys are on the road.
We're on the road. As you can tell, yeah, we're not using our awkward hands anymore. I still have awkward hands. Awkward. Either I can't speak, apparently, today. But, yeah, it's going to be easier. I figured it'd be best to see. First video, we really wanted to show you what it kind of looked like up close, but now that you kind of get the idea, you can just see us play the game and react. And if you want to keep score at home. Help us out. Let us know if you did keep score as well. I think we're ready to rock and roll. A few minor lineup changes from last game. If you watched the previous episode,
you just want to go through your whole lineup?
Yeah, absolutely I can. So leading off, I'm going to have Ricky Henderson in left field. Obviously the greatest leadoff hitter of all time. One of my personal favorite players. Born and bred green and gold, as you can see by the big beautiful banner that's just displayed nicely. See, we'll take a second of silence to enjoy. Anyways.
One of the few things we can agree on.
Absolutely. So, you stand, dude. Stand. Okay. It's fine. So, Ricky Henderson leading off in center field. We're going to have Barry Larkin at shortstop. Last game I did have Hannes Wagner at short. Unfortunately, he's been having a tough beginning to his season, so I kind of benched him. He'll be making an appearance hopefully later in the game. And he's going to be at short. So, Barry Bonds will be playing left field, batting third. And batting cleanup in right field is Hammer and Hank Aaron. And then batting fifth at first base is Double X himself, Jimmy Fox. Then in the sixth position, David Ortiz. He will be the designated hitter, as since Lewis will be the home team, Morgan Lyric League Park, he'll be using the DH. I'm more of a National League team. That's the division I'm in. So I have a larger bench, smaller bullpen, just to have some more pitching changes, and double switches. We'll go through that as we go along. But for this, I'll have Ortiz, if it's perfectly a designated hitter. Mike Schmidt's going to be at third base. He's in the 7th position. Yogi Berra is catching. That's going to be a change from last game. I had Ivan Rodriguez at catcher, but unfortunately he went 0 for 4 or 0 for 5, something like that. Just really struggling to begin the year. And then at second base, going to have good old Nap LaHoy to round things out. And that's going to do it for my order. On the mound, I'm going to have good old Jim Palmer, former of the Baltimore Orioles. That's basically the lineup I'm rolling off. Hoping we go out and get a win today. I dropped the first game of the year last game. It was sad. Made me sad inside. Either way. All right. So you want to go and get started?
Sure. Go through my lineups or wait till bottom.
We can wait till the bottom meeting.
Sounds good.
You can wait.
All right. Pitching right now is David Cone.
Formerly the New York Yankees pitcher in the late 80s, 90s decade. Really good. Threw a perfect game, 20-game winner, etc. Part of the dynasty of the Yankees in the late 90s, early 2000s. So we will reference a lot of baseball. We'll try our best to kind of make sure it's understandable for everybody. But around here, especially playing a baseball game, there may be some lingo that we may not have to explain because it's kind of self-explanatory. Baseball's not actually as hard as some people would like to imagine. All right, so Ricky Henderson will be leading us off, and he will be the commander at home plate. We'll put him on home plate there. Hey, don't you do that. Don't put silent little whispers. Only I can whisper because I'm crazy sometimes. Here we go. So, I rolled a 4 and a 6. So, just a quick rundown of the actual cards. A 1 through a 3 is going to be the batter's portion of the situation that's happening, and then that is represented by this die. The 2 smaller die, we'll add those numbers together, and then we will follow up and add those together, get the number, we'll get the situation that happens. 4 through 6, which has happened right now, is actually going to be on the pitcher's card. So, I rolled a 4-6, so let's see, against right-handed batter, that'll get me to a strikeout, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's going to be out number 1. So, we are actually going to be keeping... It's fair enough. So we'll kind of play around with that as we go along. But, Ricky Henderson likes to swing a lot and he's aggressive. But we'll be keeping score through an app called iScore. Was that the app?
Yep.
So that was the app there. We're going to do it electronically. Normally we would use a good old-fashioned hardbook scorebook. That last time, again, no plugs. But just because, we're traditionalists. We like keeping score. But for the sake of ease and access, we were able to find an app that actually worked. Because the old saying, there's an app for that. It's really great.
Basically, it's nice to be able to pull up averages so far throughout the season, who's doing what. Just kind of makes it easy to move people throughout the order to the correct spots without having to search through multiple pages. Also, now I don't have to actually do the calculations for ERA, average whip, and all that on my own.
Because he is actually he's actually the guy keeping the stats. He's the guy keeping that way. I'm mostly the guy that plays and tries to win games. That's pretty much my sole job in life. So we got, 1 out, top of the first inning? All right, so the second at-bat is going to be Barry Larkin. We have kind of a system of cards here. We'll kind of go through that as well. We got basically our lineup, the opposing pitcher, we're going to have our bench, and then our bullpen, essentially. So Barry Larkin, shortstop in the 2-hole, and I rolled a 4-7. Man, I'm getting a lot of 4s. Let's see, 4-7 against right-handers is going to be a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the game. That's kind of disappointing.
He is on a roll.
He is on a roll. That's really unfortunate. All right, so Barry Bonds, good old left fielder from the San Francisco Giants. Man, I remember watching Barry Bonds growing up and argue to hard. If I can actually continue to talk, that's really great. 3-5. So against a righty, 3-5 is another strikeout. My goodness, dang it! Wow. David Cohn. He's rolling right along. All right. Which stormtrooper's leading off here? What's we got? This guy? We got this guy.
Sure.
So we'll be switching the guys' little characters to kind of keep track. You can kind of see them on the stand. Just easy for them to see instead of having this confuse people with die and whatnot. So we have King Kelly leading off, followed by Jesse Burkett and Todd Helton.
So going through my lineup, there's a few changes from last time just because of the right-handed pitcher on the mound this time instead of the lefty last time. So, batting leadoff in right field is King Kelly, who moved up from the 8th spot in the last game. Remember, he's not that good against lefty pitching, but against righties, he's a 341 hitter, gonna do great. Batting in the 2 spot, who was on the bench last time except for a pinch running appearance, was Jesse Burkett. Batting third, Todd Helton. Fourth, Johnny Mize, DH. Batting fifth, after hitting home run last game, Rogers Hornsby. Next, who also hit a home run last game, Kirby Puckett. Travis Jackson is in this game due to the right-handed pitcher, along with Bill Dickey, who's batting 8th, and then Frankie Frisch is down in the 9 spot instead of the 2 spot. Alright,
let's get rock and rolling. So, first pitch, the bottom half of the inning here.
5-8, righty, fly ball center field.
Alright, there we go. So we'll do that, and fly ball center field. I'm not putting it over the fence this time. Yep. Last time I had a habit of putting the little play tracker. I kept giving him home runs. Turns out the score actually looked worse than it was. We were able to fix a few errors. So in essence, I actually won.
Nah.
No, I didn't win at all. I failed.
The score was perfectly fine.
I came up short.
Apparently, they had to run far into the stands to make the catch.
They did. Yeah, the ratio of field to outfield is a bit wonky. It is. Anyway, 1 out. We got Jesse Burkett up. All right.
6-6.
All right.
Lefty. Single.
All right. So we got a base hit to, let's see, single. Let's go with base hit. He's a 2-hole hitter. So, runner on first, we got 1 out. And
he's going to attempt to steal second.
All right, we'll see what happens.
1 through 15, he's safe. 12, safe.
All right, so for those of you who actually did not know where stole base, I'm trying to find you. Where are you?
Did you click on the runner?
No. Nope. Hold on. There we go.
Click on the runner. And then
stole base.
A second. Stole base.
There you go. See, I'm not the best at the electronic scorekeeper. I'm most like the old traditional style, but I'm learning. I'll get there. And for those of you who weren't sure what had happened, basically, we have each runner has a grading system of AA to A down the way. That will actually be considered how good of a base stealer he actually is. So AA is going to be the best. Single A is going to be the Okay, you guys actually can't hear that, but we're actually in a room. We actually have a window open. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Hold on. We got things going on outside. Hold on. Gosh, people interrupting our game here. Hold on. Anyway.
So uncivilized.
Right. We're just doing the best we can. I mean, we try. I mean, you know me. I try to like to do things in one take. A, I'm a horrible editor. 2, it's cool. I don't know. Anyway, so he stole second base because his stealing ability was a AA. Single A. So 1 through 15 on this fancy 20-sided die here. 1 through 15 he was safe. 16 through 20 he would have been out. But he rolled a 12, so he's safe. So it's going to be got a runner on second with 1 out, and we have Todd Helton at the plate. Did he play last game?
Todd Helton was in last game.
He was.
One thing that I'm hoping you can see a little bit more of with this lineup versus the last lineup, these are the primary starters that this team would usually want in, and it allows them a little bit more of their hit and run, stealing bases, bunting. We saw a little bit of that in 1 inning, but not much. We'll see if we can get a little bit more of that in the game. However, the next 2 batters are pretty much the only people who can't do that, but they can hit the ball over the fence, so let's see what happens.
So, because I'm playing with my personal team, this team I drafted, Lewis made me play with a variety of teams. We'll try to balance it out as we go along.
Next time we play, I think on the schedule we'll be able to work out My Lake Monsters versus his Robins.
That'll be exciting. Excited for that. Go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and let us know.
Mark McGuire and Lou Gehrig in my lineup.
It's a really powerful
and
lineup. I mean, I do have the top 2 home run hitters
and
of all time.
Robinson.
I do have the best home run hitters of all time, and some of the best defenders in history.
I have
and the best
Iron
designated
Horse.
That's true.
Big Mac.
I do have the most valuable rookie card in existence.
Alright.
Hannes Wagner's rookie card, by the way, $1.5 million. So impressive. I was really impressed by that. Anyways, what do we got? 1 around second. What are you looking for there?
I'm looking for my team, so
see,
I can...
See, right now he's looking to brag, but we know how I'm pretty humble. I don't like to brag about how good my team is. Either way.
I'm an arrogant person.
Sometimes it can happen.
Johnny Bench at catcher, Mark McGuire at first, Jackie Robinson at second, A-Rod at third, Derek Jeter at short.
Full of Yankees.
Shoeless Joe Jackson in left field.
Hurts me inside.
Ken Griffey Jr. in center, Ty Cobb in right, Lou Gehrig at DH. My pitching rotation has Randy Johnson, who just strikes out.
Again, another Yankee. Only a year, but still. He has a lot of Yankees on his team. He actually did have Babe Ruth before the expansion draft. We did have an expansion draft. Funny enough for a game. This is how we take games. We take it very seriously around here.
Essentially, we started off with just the Hall of Fame set, in which we only had about, 6 teams?
About 6 teams. And
Something like that.
We expanded. We were saying we have 8 or 10. And
Stratomatic has the 2 baseball hero sets. That's where we get all the non-Hall of Famers like McGuire, A-Rod, Pete Rose is in there, etc. And so after we got that, we expanded the league 10 teams.
It's just something that'd be really fun. Just something that we really enjoy to play a lot in our off time. You're fun and locked, man. We're doing this semi-live. There we go. And see, that was a secret to let you all know how to get into his phone if you ever meet him on the streets. You know his password. Yeah. Anywho, the odds of that happening, all 3 people that watch this episode, don't worry about it. Probably live in Finland or something. Anyway, runner on second, 1 out. Here we go. Todd Helton with the plate. We'll see what we got going on here.
3-6.
All right.
1 through 9 is a single. Otherwise, it's a line out to second base.
All right.
Line out second base.
Awesome. So we're gonna go out. Line drive. Boop, to second. There we go. L4 for those scoring at home. That would be an L4. The runner on second base. Did he stay put? Is he safe? Okay.
Held up.
There we go. And so sometimes with different play situations, different versions of this game will have us take into account what the base owner would do. For instance, in that case, maybe it would be a double play, maybe he would advance on maybe a drop ball or throw an error. In this case, he was just going to be out. So moving forward, 2 outs. We got Johnny Mize.
5-3, lefty, single.
All right. See, and this would be a situation where the runner on second would have maybe a situation come up where he may could advance because he does have the option to do that if he so chooses.
So in the rules, on a single, this guy automatically gets to first. And now he has the choice to attempt to get to home. He's going to go ahead and try and do that because he's a pretty fast guy. So 1 through 17 on this dice, he's safe. 18, 19, or 20, he is thrown out. Thrown out at the plate.
We're having...
Who threw it?
Thank you very much. Well, it was a base hit to right field. I mean, left-handed power hitter Johnny Mize, he's going to pull the ball a lot. So Hank Aaron guns him out at home plate. That is out number 3. Thank you very much. We're going to go... He's going to go out at home. And we're going to say that he was tagged out. Thank you very much. 9-2 assist. Hank Aaron, the most valuable players ever to live. Hammer and Hank does it again. Get that stormtrooper out of here, bud. All right. Little commander guy, you know what? He's going to turn face the other way because he's going to bet on some blind luck to get it done. And the guy who made the great play, Hank Aaron's up to bat in this inning. One really cool version if they had holograms. That'd make this really cool. See, I'm getting technical on him.
Alright.
Sometimes I baffle the man. Who knows? Alright, we have a 2-6. And David Cohn's a righty, correct? So 2-6. And that is a single to left field. Alright. Oh no. Steady. Alright, up to bat is going to be Jimmy Fox. Alright. This guy.
Who still has the best batting average on Chandler's team so far through the season. So this is the 2nd game we've played for you guys, 4th game of the season for his team.
And he's doing really well so far. 2-8 against right-handers, and that is going to be a double to right field. All right, Jay Fox does it again. We'll make you this guy. You look kind of cool.
Who was the batter? Hank?
That was Jimmy Fox. The runner was Hank Aaron. So
he's gonna stay at second.
I'm gonna leave the runner at third base. I do have Ortiz and Schmidt coming up, so I'll take a shot and I'll see what happens. Now that could come back to haunt me. We'll find out. All right. And Ortiz 2-9 against a righty, and he struck out. So there's going to be one out. Unfortunately, that's the risk you run. That's some of the more power hitters. They do tend to strike out a lot.
Look at Aaron Judge.
Yep. Stanton, although he's cut down his strikeouts an awful lot this year.
Yeah, so for my fantasy team.
Let's see. 6-10. So against right-handed batters. And 1 through 5 is going to be a single. 6 through 20 is going to be a line out to shortstop. Line out to shortstop. All right. It's not going as planned. All right, Yogi Berra, the new entrant into the lineup. Let's see what he can do for me. See, maybe not Sandy Hinton probably would have been a bad idea. Who knows? And I have a 4-2. And that is going to be a strikeout. Is that 3? No, it's 2.
Yep, that's 3.
Is that 3? See,
2 strikeouts on the lineup.
See, unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Oh, that's David Cohn. I'm sorry.
Alright, Kirby Puckett, who homered last game.
Technically, Roger Hornsby's up.
Oh,
At least in this line.
6-10. Righty, ground ball, third base X.
Alright, so an X determines what happens to the fielder depending on their field scale. 1 being the best, I believe 5 being the worst.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. It was a ground ball to third base?
Yep. Who's your third baseman?
That would be Mike Schmidt, and Mike Schmidt is a number 1, which is the best. So we'll roll the dice, we'll see what happens, and roll the 1.
You said third base?
Yep.
Out.
And there we go. Ground ball third. Yeah. And that is a 5-3 put up for those of you who are scoring at home.
Kirby Puckett. 5-3. Single.
Alright. Do that. Alright, 1 run first, 1 out. And the batter is going to be Travis Jackson. Interesting. Tell us a little about Travis Jackson.
How many outs? 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us a little about Travis Jackson's average history. I haven't heard very much about this guy before.
Travis Jackson is a Hall of Famer. So how these work is it's based off the 7 best years of their career averaged out. So over his best 7 years, averaged 311, 12 homers, 79 RBIs, struck out 40 times, slugging percentage of .466.
That's pretty good numbers. All right,
Yeah.
so we got a guy on first base. We have 1 out, bottom of the second.
Most importantly, he's a great shortstop. So 1-3, foul out third base.
All right.
Probably made a Matt Chapman-esque catch.
Most likely.
Over the target.
My personal favorite ball player. So
Another one of the few things we can agree on.
About 2/3. 3. All right. What happened to the guy on first base? He was safe, and he helped. Oh, that was an error. Hold on. Undo. Not sure what happened. Kirby Puckett in play. He was a single. That's next. Jackson out. We're gonna do that. There, and then what happened to the base? He held up. Okay, so we have 2 outs. Bottom of the second.
Bill Dickey up, catcher. 6-9. Strikeout.
There we go.
Alright.
So we're going to the top of the 3rd inning, and nothing ball game.
Yep. Napahoy, number 9, and then 1 and 2 batters are up this inning.
So we have a 6-7. Let's see, right-handed batter. So 6-7 is going to be a strikeout. Not the start of the inning that we were looking for, but we do have top of the order coming up.
Ricky Henderson struck out once already this game.
1-9. That will be another strikeout. My goodness, David Cohn really mowing through these guys. All right, so Barry Larkin inserted in the lineup today. That will be a 1-8, and that is going to be a ground ball to third base. See, if I had gotten a 1-9 at a triple or home run, a 1-6 would have been a double or a single. Unfortunately, did not work out that way. All right, Barry Bonds to the plate.
Out. That was 3 out.
Was that 3 already? Oh my goodness! Wow, that was a quick inning. All right, breezing right along here.
All right, that's the thing. This game, I had a full game take 30 minutes, and I've had it take a hour and 30 minutes. It really just depends on how much the ball's moving, how many hits,
the quality of the arms that are throwing to. I mean, just as much like real baseball. And we had an extra inning game take 2 hours. Hopefully that won't happen here. We'll find out. All right, we got Frankie first leading off against Jim Palmer, bottom 3.
4-5, batting left. Fly ball left field.
All right, so we're gonna go. How about fly outs to left field? There we go, and that is a F7.
2-8 for King Kelly. 1 through 6 is a home run. 7 through 20 is a double. Double.
In play. There. All right, so we run around second with 1 out. Jesse Burkett up to the plate. See, now this is where the strategy sometimes comes into play. There's hit and runs, there's going to be bunts, there's going to be even steals of third that we really have to take into account as we're moving along, just to give the hitters the best situation possible to get that run in. Because as Lewis mentioned before, these games can either be 10 to 9, 15 to 10, or they could be 1-0, where that 1 run does mean an awful lot. So here he's in a tight spot, little stormtrooper on second base there, little guy.
Basically, here are the things that I'm considering. So King Kelly, who's on second, has AA speed. So essentially on the 20-sided dice, a 1 through 11 stealing 30 safe. So slightly above a 50-50 chance. Also, Jesse Burkett
Or flip the coin.
has bunting A ability, meaning it's almost a guarantee that he'll advance the runner, and there's a 1 in 4 chance that he gets safe at first along with it. But that means there's like at least a 50+ chance that he gets out at first, and then I'm down to 2 outs, meaning a sacrifice fly won't bring the run home.
We have to balance being aggressive and really just staying put and seeing what happens. I tend to play sometimes, depending on the score, a more conservative style of game, depending on the players. I think you're pretty much 50-50 either both way. It kind of depends.
Basically, I try and do what the team's designed to do.
Exactly. I do not
it's
sometimes.
Team designed to go crazy, they go crazy. This one, it's more of a cerebral team, so just have to think, what's the best move? I would probably try a hit and run if it was almost any other batter in the lineup, but I don't trust Jesse Burkett to do that. The hit and run basically means that the runner goes ahead and attempts to steal while the batter swings away. If the batter misses the pitch, then we just roll for the steal. But more than likely, even if it's an out, he'll advance 1 base at least, if not. And then if it's a base hit, he'll usually advance 2, meaning he'd get home.
Yep. A lot of things to consider. A lot of things.
But Burkett's going to go ahead and swing away.
All right, let's see what happens.
5-3. There's Palmer, lefty. Single.
See, and so that move it worked out. The move actually worked out to where he would get a single. All right, so what are you going to do with the runner on second? Are you going to send him? Because he will advance to third. It depends on if he decides to send him home. Now, if he decides to send him home, wave him in to try to score that run, he has to roll the 20-sided die, and that 20-sided die has a chance for him to either be safe or out, depending on his level of base running skill.
This player's already been thrown out, or a player with his same speed ability has already been thrown out in this game, so he's going to play it a little bit more cautious.
So he's going to stay put at third?
He's going to stay put at third.
All right.
And we've got 2 outs to try and advance him.
So we have 1 out, bottom of the third inning. We have Todd Helton, and then Johnny Mize, Rogers Hornsby. So we have the meat of the order. So by staying conservative, he was allowed to have that run potential to be scored. And let's see what Todd Helton can do as we have a technical difficulty with the dice. All right.
6-9 lefty. Fly ball center field B as a sacrifice fly. Runner on third scores.
So, unfortunately, that's how life works. So we're going to go pop up and fly up to center field. There we go. What happens to the runner on third base? He is going to go home. He is safe, and he's going to be advanced by batter. The runner on first base
Is held up.
Be held up there because obviously he's not going to tag. He would go in a normal situation in real life. He would go halfway, and then if that ball is dropped or something happens, he would advance to third or home. Depends on how much of a error had happened.
Essentially, you'll hear us refer to the letters A, B, and C at different times on fly balls and ground balls. If it's a fly ball, A means all runners advance, B means only the runner at third advances, C means all runners are held. For ground balls, a ground ball A mean the batter's out, and if there's a runner going to second, he's out, completing a double play, all of the runners advance. Ground ball B means if there's a runner on first, he's out on a fielder's choice and the batter is safe. If it's a ground ball C, just the batter's out, all other runners advance.
All right, so we're going to have 2 outs and a run on first. Johnny Mize at the plate. All right.
Alright. Now, I didn't steal with Jesse Burkett last batter because I wanted the opportunity for the sacrifice because Helton can get it out into the outfield. Now, I'm sitting here and I'd like to have a runner in scoring position. If he does get caught stealing, then I'm starting my next inning with 3 of my better hitters, and so I'm comfortable with that. But if he does get to second, he's then in scoring position on a base hit.
All right.
So we're going to attempt to steal. 1 through
There you
15,
go.
he's safe. 9, so he's safe at second.
So, yep, you did land safe. So that's going to mean runner on second with 2 outs now with the heart of the order. So he is going to go to second. He is safe. Stolen base. So runner on second. Here we go. All right, Johnny Mize. Come on, Jim. Come on, Palmer. Jim
1,
Palmer.
9. 1 through 4 is a home run. 5 through 20 is a double.
One's going to score regardless.
10,
And
so it's a double.
I'll take that as a small victory.
Runner on second makes it home. Johnny Mize is on second base.
Johnny Mize in playing.
See, and that's the advantage of the steal. If he hadn't, that runner would be on third and have to attempt to make it home via another one of those D20 rolls, which I just wouldn't. I don't know how I'd feel about doing it right now.
It sometimes it can be a bit risky.
Yep.
So now we have Roger Hornsby. This is a
Alright.
really long inning for Jim Palmer. He's been out there a very long time. Come on, Jim.
2, 8. Ground ball third base.
All right. So we did that. We're gonna get a ground ball straight to third.
Right.
It is.
All right.
So for those who scored at home, that'd be 5-3 put out. We now move top of the fourth. Find myself down 2-0. The good news is I do have Barry Bonds leading off this inning, so hopefully you can get something started. I do have a 3-6 right-handed pitcher, and that is going to be another strikeout. The amount of strikeouts in this game has been insane. Goodness gracious. I don't know about this. Oof. All right, Hank Aaron.
I'm going to check it real quick.
We got a quick score check. Quick intermission.
That's 8 strikeouts for David Cohn through 3 1/3 innings.
Well, that's 10 possible outs. He struck out 8 of his 10 outs he's got. That's absurd. My goodness. All right, Hank Aaron at the plate. We have a 1-11.
5, 6, 7.
Oh, I do apologize. That's going to be a 5-7. And let's see. Ground ball to second base. I liked 1-11 because for me that was actually a fly ball. So that's a ground ball to second base.
Second base.
Yep, so we didn't strike out. That's the good thing. We did not strike out. All right, Jimmy Fox. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do this. Come on. And that is a 4-5. I read it correctly this time. Against a right-handed batter, 4-5 is another strikeout. I have no words. That's the end of the inning.
Innings can David Cone go? 8.
He can only go 8. So you will have to have at least one other pitcher in this ballgame.
So gone in too many games. Yeah, we'll see about someone else. Alright. Kirby Puckett.
And it is Kirby Puckett.
Alright, 110.
Alright.
Ground ball, third base.
Alright, there we go. Well, it's a 5-3 on the put.
Travis Jackson. 312. Ground ball, shortstop.
It's ground ball to Barry Larkin. Alright. So much better inning right now. So far,
Bill Dickey, 4-4. Catcher X.
Alright.
How good's your catcher?
Let's see. Yogi Berra, I believe, is a 2.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Let's see. He is indeed a 2. So the X again is going to be a situation where it's luck of chance, which means the same thing.
More like how good is the player defensively. It's essentially those diving catches where it either the guy knocks it down and the batter gets a single, it gets past him because he can't get to it, so it's a double, or he manages to make the play. So that's decided by how good your player is defensively.
Right.
So catcher X, 12, foul out.
All right. Oh, that's going to be an out. And fly out to catcher. There we go. All right. So top of the 5th. Hopefully I can do something other than strike out. That would be really terrific. All right. Here we go. And David Ortiz at the plate. Are we all set?
Yep.
All right. David Ortiz at the plate is going to be 1-9 against a right-handed pitcher, and that is going to be a walk. All right, so we got a leadoff runner on base. And at this stage of the game, probably a little bit too early to think about a pinch runner. I am down 2 runs, but we'll see what happens. Maybe get the long ball. Hopefully.
You're going to regret that when a double play happens right now.
You know what? Knowing my luck, and a 5-12 is going to be that is ground ball, first base, X. This turns out to ground ball. He's
first baseman Todd Helton is a 1. Go ahead and roll.
I do not want to roll. I would like that to be a base hit. 17.
Double play.
Double play. That makes sense. Perfect.
So that's going to be a 1-6 or a 3-6-3 double play.
Either he somehow managed to hack a board game or he has foresight. We'll leave that up to you.
Yes.
Anyway, or just extremely lucky. Or a cheater. And stupid. Yogi Berra is now at the plate. Let's see if we can get something restarted. 4-5 is going to be another strikeout. That is an awful lot of strikeouts. I honestly need to get something going here in the next few innings to be able to turn this thing around.
All right.
Not looking good for the visitors here.
Frankie.
All right. Jim Palmer's actually pitched a decent game so far.
1-7. Single.
All right. He's actually pitched not too bad of a ball game.
So far, this is going down as a quality start for him.
It is.
Even if he gets the loss. 2-5. Single, runners advance 2 bases.
Alright, so we'll do that. What happens to him? He goes to third.
Yep. King Kelly's going to steal second on a first and third. 14, safe.
Alright, there we go.
Jesse Burkett is going to attempt...
Hold on, we got a technical error. So King Kelly is going to go to second. Stolen base. Yep. There we go. Okay.
Jesse Burkett is going to attempt a squeeze bunt, or a suicide squeeze, basically attempting to get the runner on third home.
And that is actually going to be a pause for one moment, as I am actually thinking about going to be making a pitching change right now. I do have right-handed batter. I do have 2 lefties coming up. So the idea is maybe I can get 1 more out, hopefully out of this guy.
You've got 3 lefties coming up.
I do have 3 lefties coming up. So the idea is maybe I can get 1 more. Have a right-on-right matchup. Jim Palmer's okay against righties. Maybe I get 1 out and then bring in the lefty to face the bigger hitters.
McDowell and Lefty Grove.
I do. Both of them are fresh arms. Haven't been used that often. So I think I'm going to stick with Jim Palmer 1 more. This may come back to bite me. It probably will. Again, in places I can't mention on public video. Spear.
All right.
Whatever. Anyway, moving on to the strategy. What's happening? What's going on here?
Jesse Burkett's bunting ability is an A, which basically means on a 2 through 8, the run's going to score. On a 9 through 12, a 9, 10, or 12, the runner on third will be out. On an 11, the batter will miss the pitch. In a previous game not recorded, Ricky Henderson actually was on third when a suicide sweep was attempted, but because he's the best base stealer of all time, he actually managed to steal home when the pitch was missed.
Which does not happen very often, but, you know.
Let's see, as a double-A stealer, he needed a 1 to 7.
And he got it.
On a D20.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Alright. So,
here we go.
Attempting the squeeze. 8. Batter's thrown out by the pitcher. Runner advanced 1 base.
So I
scores.
Did get the out. The run did score. So what we're going to do is so it's going to be out. Sacrifice, right? Sacrifice. Bunt. To pitcher. 1 to 3 put out. And the runner on third is going to be home. He is going to be advanced by batter. The runner on second is going to be third. And he's going to be advanced by the batter. So now it's going to be 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. We do have 3 of the biggest left-handed hitters up. Now, the option I have is, can I squeeze something out of it? Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to make a pitch and change. We are in the American League Park. Now, as a National League Park, I would want to probably keep him in there, get that extra out. But since the pitcher's not hitting, I do have a designated hitter. I'm going to go ahead and make the move to face Helton, Mize, and Hornsby. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with someone who give me some length. I'm going to go with Lefty Grove. And he's going to replace Jim Palmer as a pitch and change. Okay. Jim will go ahead and go out there next to the guy pitchers who are unavailable. Starters are, but we like to keep them separate.
So press on that. Find Lefty Grove.
Do that.
He's right there, under your finger.
There. Boop. And there we go. Check. And so pitch and change in the official scorekeeper, the official iScore app. Great app. Thank you very much. All right. So we'll see if this move works off. Here we go. All right, Lefty.
6-5. Ground ball shortstop X. 11 or 12 is in there. Everything else is an out because this shortstop's a 1. 15. That's an out. However, got to check in case the runner scores. Actually, I've got.
So shortstop.
Yep.
So 6-3 put out, and what happens to the base runner? This is where sometimes the more complicated scenarios do happen.
Third base runner scores. Yep. Alright, so on that situation, third base runner scores if the ball is hit to short or second. He would be held up if it's hit to first or third base. So in this case, he's safe at home.
So let's see, we would be advanced by batter. Alright. So it is going to be basically an infield out. It's going to be an out, but it's a productive out. Got the run home. So now down 4-0. With David Cone pitching to Gem, this is going to be challenging. But do you think we can do it? Got it.
All right. 4-10. Fly ball center field X. Who's your center fielder?
Center fielder will be Ricky Henderson. He is a 2 in center field.
All right. 18. Out.
All right. There we nope. Right out. Here we go. Alright, center field. Boop. I can actually get the baseball there, center field, and there we go.
All right.
Top of the 6th inning, David Cone dealing. All right, Naplahoy leading us off. 1-5. And single. There we go. Off to a nice start. So we'll put this guy here on base. And then what I'm going to do is actually Naplahoy, he will attempt to steal second base. Remember, I still play an more aggressive style of baseball. I know the score is 4-0, but I need to push the envelope. I need to make sure that any out that I make will be productive. So 1 through 15, he will be safe. And I got a 10. Yes! Haha! So, he's on second base, and that brings up Rick Henderson to the plate. What are the odds for him stealing third base? 1 to
8?
Yes, 1 to 5? 1 to 7,
No.
I want to say?
1 to 10.
So it's a 1 to
50-50 chance.
Do I push the luck?
Could always try
I think what I'm going to do here...
See?
Yeah, I could do hit and run, but Ricky Anderson's only going to be a C grade, but I do have the middle of the order coming up after them, so I'm thinking I'm going to keep Naplahoy, keep him put, he's already in scoring position, no reason to make the first out at third base. That is going to be a 4, please be an 8 or a 9.
4-9.
And it is a 4-9, and that is a home run if it's a 1 to 7. All right, here we go. I need a 1 or a 7. Come on. And I got a 6. Haha! Success. Ricky Henderson, 2-run bomb. That makes it 4-2, and the Robins are right back in this game. All right. See, and the idea of not stealing, that actually worked out for me in the end. Take that, David Cohn.
All right.
Ha. All right, Barry Larkin, let's start something again. So we're going to be at a 5-5, and that will be... That is going to be a strikeout. So he gets back to his old ways. However, we are on the board, and that gives us some life.
Barry Bonds has struck out twice so far.
Barry Bonds probably never struck out twice.
Yeah,
very
that's
often.
because he gets intentionally walked every other at bat.
Or hits a home run. Anybody who sees literally 3 pitches in like a 3-game series and hits 2 of them for home runs, I find is worthy of Hall of Fame. I don't know about you. To me, that I don't know. That's just my opinion. All right. 3-9 against a lefty, so right-hand pitcher. 1, 2, 3, 9. It's going to be a fly ball to the center fielder. 1 away from being a walk. Darn it. So we have 2 outs. All right, Hank Aaron. 6-10. All right. 6-10 is going to be fly ball to the center fielder. So that's 3. But we are on the board. We did score 2 right back in the ball game. There we are there.
All right.
There we go. Stormtroopers, otherwise known as the Crushers, back up to the plate.
Rogers Hornby's up. Lefty Grove is the pitcher. 3-4. One through 14 is a single. 15 through 20 is a ground ball to third. Single.
All right. Alright, so run on first, nobody out. Kirby Puckett up to the plate.
Good. 3-8. Strikeout.
And there we go. 1, 2, and 3.
And Travis Jackson.
Strikeout looking. That's what we're going to do.
3-7. Ground ball, shortstop, double play.
And we are out of the inning. There we are. And that is a ground ball. Ground out to short. 6-3. And the runner on second is out on a double play. And there we are. We're going to the top of the 7th. Here we go.
All right. We got Fox, Ortiz, and Schmidt up the bat.
I mean, that's one heck of a lineup right there. That's one heck of a lineup. 6-6. So against a right-handed batter, and another strikeout. My guys need to hit the cages. They need to do something. Take more batting practice. I don't know. Get their eyes checked. That's what, 12, 13 Ks already?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's 12 strikeouts. Not a good recipe for success.
6 1/3.
6-8. And that is a walk. There we are. David Ortiz gets on base. See, I'm thinking here, I don't think a runner is going to do me much good right now because his run actually means nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll play it out. What's Mike Schmidt
Last
done?
time he said that, grounded out into a double play when David Ortiz was on first.
He was. That did not end too well last time. So what I'm going to do right now, we are in the 7th inning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to pinch hit.
Pinch hit or pinch run?
No, I'm going to pinch hit.
Okay.
Let's see. Pinch hit. Now my options here are either going to be, let's see, either going to be Frank Thomas or Stan Musial. Let's see who we have here. You know what? I'm going to go with...
Frank Thomas with an A.
There is Frank Thomas with an A. Frank A. Thomas. Who did
No, I mean Frank Thomas was an A.
He was. 2006. Oh, that's when Houston Street blew the save against the Tigers. That was a bad series. We get sad. We get sad. Anyway, moving on. Look it up. 2006 ALCS Tigers A's. Yeah. Anyway.
Don't look it up.
Don't, for the sake. Spoiler alert: the A's lose. Houston Street loses the game for us. Unfortunately, not his fault. It happens, but
Yeah, it was his fault.
yeah, probably. Frank Thomas pinch hitting for Mike Schmidt. I mean, who would have thought that Mike Schmidt ever would be pinch hit for in his career? The guy had 500 home runs, so many Silver Sluggers, MVP awards. Here we go. So we have a 3-12, and against a right-handed pitcher, that is going to be a walk. So, haha. He's on second. Who's on first? What's on second? That's
I don't know. Third base.
yes. Greatest skit of all time in comedy history. Abbott Costello, who's on first? Look it up. That you do look up. Abbott Costello, who's on first? Look it up. Comedic gold, right there.
All right. What do you got coming up the bat?
I have Berra, LaHoy, and Henderson. So first and second, we actually have nobody out right now. So this is gonna be our best shot.
Billy Pierce is Billy Pierce coming in for David Cohn.
Okay, Billy Pierce. Here we are. So there's Cone back there for you. Let me see. So this is where things can get a bit complicated because I can bring in somebody who's a better bunter than Yogi Berra, and that would probably be Hannes Wagner or Tim Raines. But the situation I'm in is that Hannes Wagner is the guy that's going to be going in for Frank Thomas at third base because I pinch it for Mike Schmidt, and he's my only third baseman on the bench. I could do Tim Raines, who's a B grade, but I need him as a pinch runner possibly.
Put Hannes Wagner in for Yogi Berra, and then bring Ivan Rodriguez in for.
I could. But see, the thing is, if I'm going to do it, I would bring Tim Raines to bunt. Honestly, as a hitter, he's okay. And for that, if I'm going to switch a pinch hitter, at this point in time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to go with the good old Stan the Man Musial is going to pinch hit for Yogi Berra. Because what has Yogi Berra done today? What's he done? What's he done today?
Struck out swinging twice.
So I'm going to bring in, hopefully, my best pinch hitter over the course of the entire time I've had this game, which is Stan Musial. They're a card, of course, they're not real, but maybe it's luck. I'm superstitious. Yogi Berra is going to be out of the game. Stan Musial is going to be in the game, and we'll see what happens. Come on, Stan. And Billy is a left-handed pitcher, so we will see how this works. I need to land on a 3. If I get a 3, anything. A 1-8. Left-handed pitcher. 1-8 is going to be a ground ball to shortstop B.
All right, so ground ball B, that's the fielder's choice. So Stan will be safe. I think it's
should be first and third. 1 out.
Yep.
First and third with 1 out. So not the optimal outcome, but to be honest, I'm in the same situation before as if someone had struck out or flown out. And since there's a forced out, this actually puts me in a better situation because Nap LaHoy has been doing terrific for me. Let's see what we get. Come on, Nap. Come on, blow on the dice. Hold on, blow on it. There you go. Let's go. Let's do this. And I got a 3-7 against a left-handed pitcher. A 3-7 is actually going to be a ground ball to the shortstop with an A+. What does that bring us?
Well, since it's the third out, the A+ doesn't matter.
Double play.
Well, it would have been a double play if.
How many outs? We only had one out.
No, there are 2.
Who was the first out of the inning?
Let me check the scorecard.
1 second. I miscalculation. Error. Technically.
Jimmy Fox struck out first, and then David Ortiz got on the walk.
Terrific. Awesome. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't work out. So, I need to make some of those defensive changes. Frank Thomas hit for Mike Schmidt, so Frank Thomas is not going to be going to third base. He will actually be coming out of the ball game. Hannes Wagner will be coming into third base. Stan Musial is not going to be in the ball game anymore. He will be taken out of the ball game, and Ivan Rodriguez will be going into catcher. Now, this only leaves me with 2 bench players, Tim Raines and Torrey Hunter. So I'd kind of like to keep those guys observed in case somebody gets hurt, but the odds of that happening are slim. We'll move on with what we have.
All right.
Bottom of the 7th.
Yep. Bill Dickey's up.
All right, Bill Dickey, bottom of the 7th, 4-2 Crushers. Let's see what we got.
2-9. Ground ball, second base.
Here we go. Ground out. And that's 4-3 for those of you at home. So, Nap to Fox.
Thank you, Frisch. Switch hitter batting right against the left-handed pitcher. 3-11.
I believe Walter Johnson right now would be heating up. I normally would have Hoffman or Bunning, but since we're actually not in the lead, I'm going to go with probably Walter Johnson. Single?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go and play.
And then Frankie's going to attempt to steal second.
Okay.
He's an A, so 1 through 15. Safe.
There we are.
Alright, so by doing that, that gives me a couple options. We're going to go for the hit and run with King Kelly.
That is actually going to be incorrect. What I'm going to do is I may actually walk King Kelly. I think that may be something that I'm working on getting because he's an excellent hit and run. Because who do you...
He's excellent at everything.
He is excellent actually at everything. He's a really good ball player. And so I'm debating whether or not I walk King Kelly to get to the guy on deck.
Jesse Burkett.
Who is not. What you done today?
I can't remember.
Neither can I. Because if you hit and run, that could be good or it could be really bad. You know what? I'm going to take the roll of the dice, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pitch to King Kelly. We'll try the hit and run. We'll see what happens.
Alright, so we got a 2.
Hopefully this works in our favor. My guess it won't.
Hit and run. Double. Runners advance 3 bases. So run scores. Alright. Jesse Burkett.
That didn't work out.
5-7.
That did not work out as planned.
Strikeout.
That worked out as planned. Strikeout swinging. So we have 2 outs, a guy in first. Todd Helton and Johnny Mize. And so what I'm actually going to do, I still have Lefty Grove. I'm actually going to walk Todd Helton. He's an excellent contact hitter. I'm going to put him on first base. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's going to be Johnny Mize. Now it's 2 runners on base. And the last gamble didn't work. But unfortunately, I'd rather take my shot with Mize, who has tendency to strike out more than Todd Helton.
Also, that allows him to set up for the double play because now he has a force at second.
Yes, but there are 2 outs.
Oh.
So, either way, I have a force at every base. I just didn't want to face off Helton. Managerial wheels spinning. We'll see if this works. Come on.
3-4. That's lefty. Ground ball, first base.
And there we go. See? Worked out in the end. Now we're at the top of the 8th. And now we're down 3 runs, which is excellent. But Nap LaHoy's up again.
Alright.
Here we go. We got the bottom, top of the order. This is the time where we really need to shine. Alright, so we have a 5-11. Billy Pierce, righties, 5-11. Single to center field. There we go. Off to a good start. So that brings up Ricky Henderson. And actually, once... Oh, we actually have a change. 1 second. It's our universal sign for holding on. In between. Just one. Hold on.
Nafahoy was the last out of the last inning. You forgot to flip the card over.
Was he? No,
Yeah.
he wasn't. What?
That's what the scorecard says.
Really? Oh. But either way, 5-11 is a base hit. So Ricky Henderson's on first.
Alright, yep.
Technical error. Either way, it didn't matter because I rolled a pitcher anyway, so it doesn't affect anybody.
Yeah. Except I've got a better base runner on first.
That is true. So the deal is I'm actually not going to steal him since that was my mistake. But what I'm going to do is we're going to alternate that. Instead of having a 1-17 save, he'll be 1-15 just like an Appleboy. How's that? Because I'm going to run him. But he'll be 1-15 as opposed to 1-17. This is technically my mistake.
No, go for it. You've got the 1-17.
Alright. We tried. I actually didn't. Did you really the last inning?
Yeah.
Oh dear. I was so distraught I failed.
Safe.
Either way, he would have been safe. Barry Larkins to the plate now, right?
Yep.
Okay, see, my mistake. It happens. I'm only human. Right. 2-6 against a right-handed pitcher. That is going to be
It's
a lefty. 2-6 is actually going to be a walk. All right, so
what do we got coming up?
Bonds, Aaron, and Fox.
Balls. Oh.
Yeah. Tough spot. This is the meat. This is the heart of the order. What will he do?
It's lefty, righty, righty, lefty.
It is.
Alright, we'll give him a shot at taking out Bonds.
Okay, Barry Bonds. He's 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts, the flyout. I'm gonna. (5-4) against the lefty, and that is gonna be a ground ball to third base X. And please let that not be a triple play.
Third base is a 2. Go ahead and roll.
Please not be a triple play. Please not be a triple play. Please not be anything but a triple play. 9? 6. What is a 6?
Outrunners advance 1 base.
Works just like a sacrifice. So guys, in second and third, we now have 1 out. Alright. And now Hank Aaron. Alright, Hank, here we go. And a 1-6 against a left-handed batter. Left-handed pitcher is a home run, and we tie the ball game. Hank Aaron ties it in the 8th inning. We are tied 5-5. There we go, Hank. Hank Aaron comes through in the clutch off lefty Billy Pierce. The managerial changes sort of paid off for me. That was sheer luck. I really have to say that was sheer luck. Because if I had literally rolled a 2 of any sort or kind, that would have been bad for me. So now Jimmy Fox is at the plate. It is, however, still a tie ball game, so we're not out of the woods quite yet.
Pitching change.
Who's coming in?
Rube Foster.
Oof. Great. That's great. All right, we have double X. How many?
And now, despite David Cohn's 12 plus strikeouts, he's actually going to get a non-decision.
Which brings up the argument of wins and losses and if they matter to a pitcher. I'm a pitcher myself, they count. That really sucks.
Yeah.
The big one. Jimmy Fox. And I have a 1-5 against a right-handed pitcher, because he is right-handed.
Yep.
1-5. If I roll a 1 through 16, it is a home run. A 17 through 20 is a triple. So either way, this works out for me. And it is a home run, and we take the lead. There we go, home team. Look at that.
You're
Took
the
the
away
lead.
team.
I know. We're the home team. We're
Oh, whatever.
I'm just teasing. We take the lead as the away team. Jimmy Fox comes through in the clutch, my best hitter. All right. So we have, how many outs do we have? 1?
1.
We have 1 out, 6-5, top of the 8th inning. David Ortiz at the plate. All right, and we have a 5-6. So Foster, lefty, And that is a ground ball to second baseman. Right. So now we have 2 outs. Hannes Wagner comes up. His first actually plate appearance of the game. Remember, defensive switch for Mike Schmidt, who was pinch hit for Frank Thomas earlier in the game. And I have a 6-7, which is going to... No, 6-6. Apparently, I can't read numbers right now. Righty, 6-6. It's going to be pop out to the shortstop. But 4 runs. 2 home runs in the inning. And everybody knows what time it is. In the bottom of the 8th. Who do you have up to play? Hornsby, Puckett, and Jackson?
Yep.
We all know what time it is, and it is going to be Trevor Hoffman. Hell's Bells will be playing in the background as he makes his way onto our field. It's time to lock this thing down. Let's do this. Come on, Trevor.
5-7. Just the righty. Fly ball right field.
And there we go. Fly out. Boop. 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 So we have 1 out. And Kirby Puckett.
5-5. Righty. 1 through 7 is a home run. Anything else is a pop out. Home run, Kirby Puckett.
Oh, Trevor Hoffman blows it. Oh, and we are tied. Kirby Puckett, clutch again, like so often in his career. Did it again.
All right.
6-6. That didn't work. Okay. Travis Jackson. Here we go.
1-11. Pop out shortstop.
Here we go.
Seven against a lefty. Ground ball, second base X. Who's your second baseman?
Second baseman is Matt Lahoy. He's a number 1.
Gotcha.
20 roll again. 2.
Out.
All right. Ground out. 4-3. And we go to the 9th. Here we go. Ivan Rodriguez should be up, correct? Should be.
Yes.
Trevor Hoffman. And he's only good for 1 inning?
Yeah.
Well, so he's going to be out of the ball game. I have to make a choice depending on the situation here. It depends on who I go to. All right. Rube Foster staying in?
Yeah.
Okay. 1-5 against a righty. 1 through 18 is a single. 19 through 20 is going to be a line out. 15. All right, Ivan Rodriguez is on first base. So unfortunately, I don't have another catcher because now I can't pinch run Tim Raines. Anybody, I believe any other person could go to that position, but there are 5.
Yeah.
Which, that's not good. Here we go. But in the other case, if I put two...
Basically, for reference, pretty much anything involving a catcher and a 5 is like a pass ball or safe on first on an air dribbler.
Which is unfortunate. All right. Here we go. Napoli. 4-3. Ground ball to third base, X. Will be...
First baseman's a 2. Or third baseman's a 2.
And hopefully this will not be a double play. 4.
Out. Runners advance 1 base.
Okay. There we go. So 1 out. Ricky Henderson up to the plate. Come on, Ricky. Oh no, that is a 6-6. Oh, pop out to the shortstop. 2 outs. Barry Larkin to the plate. 2-9. It's a righty. Strikeout. Another strikeout. Just piling them up today. Bottom of the 9th.
Bottom of the 9th.
So,
I
Hoffman.
think we've got the
bottom top.
9, 1, 2.
So, unfortunately, Hoffman can only go 1 inning, I believe.
Well, he could go more, except then a bunch of his strikeouts turn into walks.
Exactly, and that would also probably turn into more off days, which I have to use him, because right now he's only pitching 2 days in a row, which he'll be fine for game 3. So unfortunately right now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make a pitching change right now. I'm going to...
Gotta switch to righty or lefty.
I'm going to actually bring in... I'm actually going to bring in Sam McDowell. And that's what we're going to do right now because I know the beginning of the order. So Sam McDowell is actually going to come in. And he's going to pitch the bottom of the 9th to see what happens. Remember, I also have Dennis Eckersley in the background waiting his turn to pitch in the game.
Alright. Set it down.
Here we go.
Batting right. 6-6. Strikeout.
There you go. Could work in my favor.
Righty. 6-9. Ground ball, shortstop X. Which one's your shortstop? Larkin.
Barry Larkin. He is a 1-16.
Out.
Go. So ground out. And that's going to be 6-3 put up for those of you keeping score at home. So now Jesse Burkett. Or Burkett, either way. How do you pronounce it? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Jesse Burkett's coming out. Lou Brock is subbing in for him.
Alright.
Go ahead and click him.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to... There we go. And then... Okay, here we go. Lou Brock to the plate.
2, 6. 1 through 6 is a home run. 7 through 20 is a double. 8. Double.
So close! That could have turned really dramatic right there.
Almost had the walk off.
That was scary. That was really, really scary. Now we have Todd Helton, and I'm going to put Todd Helton on base with an intentional walk because he means nothing right now. Because the only guy that means anything is Lou Brock. And now we have Johnny Mize. Oh.
2. Hit by pitch plus injury.
So Johnny Mize is now out of the game, and the bases are loaded. Oh. What's the severity of the injury? So for those of you who don't know what's happening right now, these players can get injured for a certain amount of days, and he's going to roll right now to see how long he'll be out. 10-day DL variety, 60-day DL.
6. Out for 1 game only.
Okay. Not the worst thing that could have happened in the world. Could have been worse. So now, however, someone has to pinch run for him at first base. Because he's now...
Ozzie Smith.
That's great. Awesome. All right, so...
In play. Or it might be miscellaneous. Yeah. Go back.
So, scorekeeping error here. Nope.
No. Must be under in play somewhere.
Hit by pitch. There we go. Found it. Haha. All right. Bases loaded. We have 2 outs. Rogers Hornsby's at the plate. Now, we're going to call timeout and have a quick mound visit. Now, I have to decide if I'm going to leave in Sam McDowell or bring in Dennis Eckersley. And you know what? I'm going to leave him in. We're going to see what happens. This could come back to haunt me.
5, 11. Line out third base.
Sam McDowell comes through. Yeah, baby. Yes, Sam McDowell comes through. There we go.
Going into extra innings.
Into third base. All right. And we should have Barry Bonds to the plate. Lead off.
Barry Bonds leading off.
6-6, top of the 10th.
I walk Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds is intentionally walked. He is intentionally walked to bring Hank Aaron to the plate. I mean, you know what? You know there's one of 2 things that are going to happen right now.
Oh, balls. All right.
1 through 15, Barry Bonds is safe at second base.
It's going to be a double play.
Not if I'm stealing Barry Bonds.
No, he's going to get caught stealing.
He is not, and he's going to be safe on second. So with nobody out, now this can become very, very controversial to some people, which is a thought that I'm not going to have because Hank Aaron's going to swing away, and we're going to do this. Here we go. We have a 1-6 against a right-handed pitcher, and Hank Aaron walks off the game, baby!
You can't walk off if you're the visiting team.
Yes! Here we go. Walk off. It's a go-ahead home run. To me, I'm so excited because it's the same principle. Ha-ha! Success. Hank Aaron does it again.
Give me Rube Foster.
Rube Foster has been touched up here, and Hammer and Hank does it again. And the crowd is chanting, MVP, MVP, MVP.
Vic Willis going.
And here comes Vic Willis. Oh, man. So clutch. And Jimmy Fox is now at the plate, and Jimmy has a shot to do something miraculous. A 2-10 against a righty is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. But that's okay, because we now have the lead, and we all know who's coming in the bottom of the 10th inning. Here comes David Ortiz. All right, Big Poppy swing away. Let's see what we got. And 5-2 against lefties. Ground ball to the second baseman. Now we have Honus Wagner. Murderers Row, 1927 Yankees have nothing on Hank Aaron, who has solely damaged the entire game. 4-5. 4-5, and ground ball to first baseman. And it is time now for the Oakland A's closer, tied with Raleigh Fingers as the best Oakland A's closer of all time, and it will be the Eck, Dennis Eckersley. Here we go. All right. It is Kirby Puckett, Travis Jackson, and Bill Dickey in attempt to come back. It is 8-6 Robins in this wild affair, up and down, roller coaster, back and forth. Here we go. The decisions to be made.
All right. Kirby Puckett.
All right.
6, 7. Strikeout.
And there's 1, 2, 3. And with Dennis Eckersley, you are striking out looking, my friend. So we have 1 out, 1 down, 2 to go. We've been recording for like hours, or it seems like, but we are finally now coming down to the 10th inning.
Tony Perez pinch hitting for Travis Jackson.
And Tony Perez comes. Goodness gracious, Tony Perez comes off the bench. Like, in what world would Tony Perez be coming off the bench? Apparently this one.
The world where you've got Johnny Mize as your DH.
Here we go. That explains it. Here we go.
6. Strikeout.
And there's another strikeout. And what we're going to do is this time it is going to be swinging. That nasty slider. Nasty slider. All right. Here we go. Bill Dickey is the last hope for the Crushers. Here in the bottom of the 10th, we have 2 out. Eckersley on the mound. Only if we could wish Bill King was here to make the call. Look up Bill King. A's broadcaster such a long time, one of the best guys in the game.
Leaving Dickey in.
Bill Dickey's going to hit. Here we go.
4-7, ground ball, third base.
And a ground ball that is going to go directly to Honus Wagner. Over to Jimmy Fox. That will take care of the game. And the final total, the final score, is going to be the Robins 8, the Crushers 6, with Hank Aaron the go-ahead 2-run home run in the top of the 10th inning, part of a 2-home-run day. In fact, huge day from him. And everyone will come back to see, should they have walked Barry Bonds to get to Hank Aaron? But the world will never know because both have the potential to get the go-ahead run, which they did. Eckersley knocks down the save. The winner is Sam McDowell. The loser will be Rube Foster. That is how this game comes to a close. And that's actually going to take care of our video for today. Thank you so much for everybody who joined in, tuned in for this affair. Hope you guys had a blast. We had a blast. Did you have fun?
Yep.
I had fun. We're going to definitely play more of this. More board games to play in the future. And for Silverwolf and Lewis, we are going to be signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed. hit the like button
Okay.
down below.
If you feel like seeing us play any specific game, go ahead and comment it down on the bottom. And if we have it or have access to it, we'll try and make that happen.
Yep. Did you want to give a quick preview of what we may be looking for playing board game wise?
Okay, so
Hold up, time out. We're not quitting yet. Keep the recording. Keep the recording. Computer or whatever. God.
okay, so we have a few different games. It really depends on how many people we can get together. We have a few different strategy games, deck building games. Just trying to
Risk is one of them that I was looking at playing.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
Well, we've got Risk, Lord of the Rings Risk, Doctor Who Risk. I've got one more. I think it's Halo Risk, and then I've got War of the Ring, Battle of Five Armies,
Axis and Allies 2, I think.
Axis
is one
and
of them.
Allies.
Fun game.
Multiple different versions of that. World War One, World War Two, D-Day. So we've got a bunch of war strategy games that would be options. Those would be pretty long videos. So
We can either do
Let
long
us know.
videos. We can either live stream. Let us know as well if that's something game. That'd be a perfect game to live stream, I believe. So you guys tune in, interact, help out with strategies, help out with moves. I think that'd be a blast. Any other games? I mean, we were looking at playing traditional games too. Sometimes maybe like a Monopoly, a Battleship here and there. Just some fun, quick videos for you. I'm not sure if there's any other ones that the ideas because he's naming off pretty much.
if you want, we can teach you all the different ways that I've ever tried to cheat at Battleship.
Yes, that is a good idea because that comes in handy.
Well, I don't want to say cheating. It's
You find exploits.
gamesmanship.
You find gamesmanship. You find exploits. It's not cheating. It is a flaw in the design sometimes.
Exactly.
It happens, but that's going to do it for us. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, any of the content of the video, hit the like button, go ahead and comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. Click the little notification bell if you're having a good day and you want updates from us. And we are signing off. Have a good one.